Today we will discuss about engineering graphics, something about engineering graphics. And first, this will be the first lecture, lecture number 1, about projection of points, orthographic projection of point in various quadrants. As we know that we have 4 quadrants. Here we have to study the study of quadrants. We have x-axis like this. I have drawn this image, this diagram, x-axis, and we are quite aware this is here first quadrant, this will be the second quadrant, this will be the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. But in 2D means two-dimensional, in two-dimensional view, we are representing 4 quadrants like this. But in 3D or three-dimensional view, we have 2 planes. Actually, we have vertical plane, this is vertical plane, this one, and this one is horizontal plane, and this one is vertical plane. We write here VP, and here we write HP. HP means what? Horizontal plane. Okay, but this is in 3D, three-dimensional view of the 4 quadrants. What we have to do in engineering graphics, we have to draw the projections, which we call as orthographic projections of different objects, and we are starting with point, then line, plane, solid, and so on. Those projections are to be drawn in two-dimensional view or 2D paper. We are not supposed to draw 3D. As the name indicates, orthographic projections. We have to make projections of that particular object. So we have to first of all understand this quadrant system. We have 4 quadrants. First quadrant is this, second is this, third one is this, and fourth one is this quadrant. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Now we have drawn this first quadrant. This is the first quadrant. First quadrant we have drawn in 2D. We have to rotate it like this. As I have indicated here, these arrows, we have to rotate it like this. Means this horizontal plane will coincide with this vertical plane, and this horizontal will coincide with this vertical plane. So if we take only first quadrant, this one, then its 2D will be like this, and the 2 planes are separated by this line, which we call as XY line. So this XY line, above this XY line is vertical plane, and below of this is the vertical plane. Above this XY plane we call it as VP, that is vertical plane, and below this XY line we have horizontal plane. We can easily understand this with the help of this notebook. Let's have this notebook like this. Let's have this notebook like this. This is first quadrant. Okay, first quadrant. In this first quadrant, this is horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane. Okay, now we have to rotate horizontal plane like this. Okay, got it? And in two-dimensional view, it will be like this. Okay, this is horizontal plane and this is vertical plane in 2D, in two-dimensional format. Okay, is it clear? Then if we take second quadrant is like this. Okay, we have to rotate which plane? Horizontal plane. This is horizontal. It will be like this, means horizontal plane and vertical plane will coincide. So let's rub this. We will make now second quadrant in 2D. How will we be like that? How will it look like? It will be simply, it will be like this. XY line separating the horizontal plane and vertical plane. As you know, we have to give the same rotation like this, as I have previously shown to you, that this is horizontal plane, this is the vertical plane. In second quadrant, it will rotate like this, and the two planes will coincide. So both the planes, horizontal plane as well as vertical plane, will be above XY line in case of this second quadrant system. Okay, got it? This is the second quadrant system. Now we will draw the 2D view of third quadrant system. This is the third quadrant system. 2D view of third quadrant. In what will happen in third quadrant? Third quadrant, we have this horizontal plane and this vertical plane, and it is like this. Okay, it's like this. Rotation is the same, and this is horizontal plane, this is the vertical plane. We have to rotate this horizontal plane. It will be like this. So in 2D, third quadrant will look like this. We will separate the two planes first of all by XY line. Okay, then above XY line, in case of this third quadrant system, we will not get vertical plane, we will get this horizontal plane. Okay, this will be the horizontal plane in case of this third quadrant system, and this will be the vertical plane in case of third quadrant, as we have to give the same rotation. We are not going to change the rotation. We have to give this clockwise rotation. This is a clockwise. Clockwise rotation we have to give, not anti-clockwise. This is clockwise rotation. Okay, means third quadrant, in third quadrant system, that will be the opposite of the first quadrant system. Simply that will be the opposite of the first quadrant system, because in first quadrant system we are getting vertical plane above XY line and horizontal plane below this XY line. Same case will happen with the fourth quadrant system. Let us check that. Fourth quadrant will be like this. This is horizontal plane, this is vertical plane. Okay, rotation is in clockwise, and it will close like this. Means both the planes have overlapped, vertical plane as well as horizontal plane. Let us draw the 2D of fourth quadrant system. It will simply be like this. Two planes will overlap, XY line, vertical plane and horizontal plane. Both the planes will be above XY line. Okay, above, sorry, this is the opposite of the second quadrant system. In second quadrant system, both the planes overlapped above XY line. Okay, XY line is nothing but separating the two planes. Where the two planes intersect each other, that line we call as XY line. So in case of second quadrant, HP and VP coincide, overlap each other, and both the planes are above x line. Okay, but in case of fourth quadrant system, what will happen? Both the planes will be drawn below xy line. This is the xy line. Okay, so rotation is like this. VP is already here and HV will come here. So both the planes are drawn in 2D view of fourth quadrant below the xy line. So this is the basic concept about the quadrant systems. 4 quadrant systems: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant systems. And further in next lecture we will see we are not going to make these boxes, means planes like this. We are simply supposed to make the xy line like this, xy line. If it is first quadrant, then we know that in first quadrant x vertical plane is above xy line and horizontal plane is below xy line. Simply we have to make it like this in case of practical questions, or in case of a question, if we have a point, then we have to draw its projections. In first quadrant we have to simply draw the xy line and write in small letters or very small VP and HP. VP is vertical plane and HP is horizontal plane. Hope you have understood this, you have got this quadrant systems. In next lecture we will see the projection of points, orthographic projection of points in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Thank you very much.